Collaboration is really morally neutral. You can collaborate around the wrong things and you won't move your staff forward or the students forward. So we focus on 4 critical questions in order for our collaboration to be truly focused. And those are the critical questions of a professional learning community at work. What do we expect kids to know? How do we know if they know it? How do we respond if students are not learning? And how do we enrich and extend learning for those students who already know it? So one of the things that we talk to our staff about is, one, having that collective responsibility for all students, abandoning that idea of the isolated teacher, that old isolated teacher where he or she is sitting in the classroom trying to figure out curriculum, instruction, and assessment all by him or herself. So we really try to make sure that the staff knows that these are all of our kids, and then we're going to go and look at those critical questions in order for us to answer those questions to move students forward, but it also helps to move staff forward, because this teacher can say, well, what did you do differently? Can you share some strategies? Can I come into your class and watch you teach a lesson? That's where a big part of our professional development occurs. It's job embedded. It's really around the data and around teachers talking about data and responding to that data and learning from each other, but also then designing plans for students because of the data.
I've been a part of PLCs as a teacher, I've managed them as an administrator, and there's always been a key component missing. And I think that key component, that best practice, is really that there's a goal to the meetings. A lot of times PLCs are just parallel play. People kind of gather in a room and everybody does their own thing, but together. And then we call it a PLC, or we throw teachers in a room and say, be a professional learning community, without giving them kind of structure and guidance. So the best thing that I've seen, well, the thing that I've seen that's worked the most for PLCs is when those PLCs have a goal that is co-created by the teacher and the school. That goal is tied to school goals, and there's structure in place. Where I've seen PLCs kind of just die a horrible, slow death is when you take a bunch of teachers and you put them in the room and there is no commitment. That we pay lip service to the PLC process, but we haven't all committed as a school community to making that work. So even when I've gone into schools and provided them with structures and provided them with all those things, if the leadership is not committed to PLCs, if the leadership is not committed to providing the time and the structure and the infrastructure to make that happen, they do not work.